Hello, this is Divine Sunshine. I'm coming to you yesterday when I finished with talking to the Divine Karmic. The Divine Masculine said, you got to come back. I got to say my piece about what I see and what things is going on. So I'm going to talk about from the side of the Divine Masculine in the with the Divine Karmic Feminine in quarantine. Okay, so this is a dialogue and a channel message from them. Okay, so first thing I want to say is I know I started off. I want to know what's the overall energies that's going on from your point of view. I spoke to the Divine Karmic and she told me what was going on for her point of view. What is going on for your point of view? Divine Masculine. The overall energies. Clear. I think I need a book out for that one. Osiris and the Chariot. Okay, so with this from the Divine Masculine, I got kind of like even a light feeling. He's Cherry, we all know in the traditional tarot is saying things are changing. And they are changing very rapidly as well. When I look at this is funny. The energies to me from the Divine Masculine in the 50 is now coming down. So whatever theme residence that we had and we talked about and we spoke about the Divine Masculine overall and all the readings that everybody has, we see that there is a clear change. What's that? Oh, what's the energy that's coming down? Oh, okay, you just came out on your own. All right, these are my 50 clear. What's coming down now from the 5D into the 3D now, because I'm seeing like a spaceship, like is now landed, is the understanding that the Divine Masculine in the 5D is the ruler of his own wealth. A lot of the Divine Masculines, he's saying that, you know, a lot of Divine Masculines, I'm talking, yeah. It has not been in that energies of understanding that they are abundant. It's always these financial issues that's been an issue for the Divine Masculine. So now what's coming in from the 5D down to the 3D is them having an understanding that they have to have a deep dive into their emotions and they got to be conscious. Now, what I mean by that is conscious to me is that I have an understanding that before Divine Masculines were operating from a place of, we always say they act like they ain't got no conscience about stuff. They just doing crap. I was about to say they just doing shit. They just doing stuff. And it's just like, damn, hey, you know, I'm in the picture. You just out for yourself. And that's what the Divine Feminines, I know I have Divine Masculines on here watching now, so I'm watching my terminology, so I keep you. But a lot of times, Divine Masculines, you know this, it has been the Divine Feminines have seen that it seems like you have made choices as if you were not even leaving the Divine Feminine in the equation at all. I didn't even know that from my mom and my dad, and a lot of times she was saying he would do things and he didn't put her at all. She's like, where's my feelings in all this? Did you consider that? So my thing is that understanding that from the 5D, now they're sending down that energy to the 3D Divine Masculine, the understanding that you got to operate with a conscious now. It's no more about just me, because see, that's not divine. That's not divine thinking that way, because again, you as a light worker, Divine Masculine, you coming from an understanding that you're now is no more you looking out for yourself, you're looking out for your the Divine Feminine, and you're also looking out for the world, because you're a light worker. You here to show the way. You're supposed to lead by example. Everybody else is supposed to follow your lead. You're supposed to live your life by integrity. If you are not doing that, that causes a problem. And so that's why they want you to understand, if you're going to come and step into your divinity, you've got to start now coming and operating from a place of being conscious. That means to be aware. Conscious means to be aware. Mind conscious, mind awareness, awareness of where you are in your intuition and your awareness. So this is what's being brought down to you in the 3D. This is what I'm feeling, because again, here he's got two horses here, like freedom. Now this is interesting. When I see here, I see blue and pink, which means to me that they're trying to bring freedom into your two energies that's housed within you, divine masculine, which would mean that you're in your emotions and in your thinking. It's got to be freedom in both. How you get freedom is that you got to operate from an apparatus of being very conscious as to where you are. That's why you got to have this deep dive, because deep dive to me into emotions is meaning get out of operating out the divine masculine energies and moving into your divine feminine energies, because your divine feminine energies is your emotions, and a lot of times your emotions can help you out of these situations, because it's your thinking that had pretty much got you into these karmic situations. If you use the balance of both of them, then a lot of these things you would not be in. Okay. And as far as also about your wealth is your abundance, understanding that love is a part of that as well. It's not just something on the outside. Love is also a part of your abundance as well. We have Osiris here. I've got to look that up. Osiris. I'm trying to see this. Now, this is interesting. They've got rams here. Rams here will be a Mars energy, which is the Aries thing. Aries represent action. You got to go. So whatever it is right now for you, the overall thing is there's some actions. There's a change and there's some actions that are taking place. Here's Osiris. Osiris of mankind fulfilling its potential. Creative, energetic, ambitious, and powerful. Osiris rules over the city. In the background, the television. His feet denotes that he is adaptable and can use modern technology, his environment, to further his own ends. The coiled snake standing on its tail suggests solidity. Strength and far-reaching authority are suggested by the globe and the walkie-talkie he holds. The eagle on the screen also denotes authority, but it is close to the ground, unlike the more ethereal eagle of Lilith. The power of Osiris is applied to his surroundings and practical matters of life. His intelligence enables him to see through problems and peoples as if they were like the web at his feet. The ram's head on his throne signifies that his sign is Aries. Okay, all right. Initiative, willpower, stability, material, administrative abilities, intellectual force, acquired through experience and leadership. What I'm picking up is now that he is now stepping into leadership, becoming the leader that he needs to. He's getting rulership over the material world. He's looking at creative ways of how to get out of situations. I'm picking up, he's usually really working with that sacral. The sacral before, when he went into this, was very unhealthy. Some of you all sacral energies is off, was blocked. And a lot of you all were using that sacral energy in the wrong way, because again, the divine masculine, a lot of you all is put a lot of stock into, your manhood, understanding that it's more to the package deal than that. And so you're getting moved out of that to really come into your purest form of what really true authority is. When I think about technology, is being able to use other things in a creative way. In that one, so your intelligence is showing, and you're being able to use practical solutions to things in the 3D. So really, to me, it's like the material world. You're really getting, and your real power and your initiative in the 3D is also shifting, because of, like I said, this energies that your higher self or the 50 version of you is really actually sending down to you. Okay, so this is what the overall energies is, and this is what's going on with that. The next thing that we have here is I want to ask, how are you viewing the karmic in this situation while you're in quarantine? Okay, so that's the overall energies clear about you. So now, how are you viewing the karmic? Okay, I'll go back to that. I heard that. Okay, so right now you're saying you have the ability to now look at her and see her flaws, her contradictions, and her mistakes. Okay, interesting. I didn't bring that card out. Ooh, ooh. I need you. I need you, sweet baby. Do 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 do. Sweet baby. Do 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 do. Know why that came to me. Okay, so that's good. What I'm picking up from that is that you're able to see her transgressions, because now you're seeing it first. Like I said, this is almost like part two continuation. When you're seeing the karmic, you pretty much seen to you the divine karmic, that she was a much better version of the divine feminine. Now you're looking and you're seeing her flaws. It's almost just like what I said about that reader. I said in the other one where the reader told me, you know what, I know why he's in there, because he's got to be able to see the difference between the karmic and you, and seeing your value. So now you're in this and you're seeing the flaws that she has. You're seeing some kind of way the mistakes that she has, and her contradictions. Contradictions means how she is different from the divine feminine. And maybe what she was throwing down wasn't really that bad, the divine feminine. Now you look at it and you see the contradictions. We have here, interesting. This is in reversal. And I asked about that because what I'm seeing is that I'm going to call it like it is, which is the opposite. I'm being guided. That again, and this came out with the divine karmic. This is not a happy family. Both of y'all are speaking the same language. This is not a happy family. She said about the family room. The family room wasn't looking like it wasn't a family. This is a setup. You know, a setup to be put down. Well, it's not a setup, but you know, it helped you to, like I say, to see things much clearer. So this is not a happy family. They had pretty much walked into it with an understanding that this was why I see 1222 was going to be a happy family. This is not. Seeing flaws in it. Maybe it's the child rearing. Maybe his role in it. Also seeing that when he came into the situation, he was the magician. And a lot of them that do step into those karmic situations, they are. Everything is flowing because, again, they're moving off and they're operating, I say, off of the fumes of that synergy and that energy and that entwinement of the divine feminine and the divine masculine. They take that energy, cipher that energy, and go use it into the divine karmic and the divine feminine, because again, they too have that energy. Okay, however, they're not quite there yet. Okay, so they use that energy. This is what I'm being shown, in like somebody taking a gas tank and actually ciphering the gas from that. So now while they're ciphering the gas from the vehicle that the divine feminine and divine masculine, and now all of a sudden that stops because what? It don't have no more gas. So now they taking that gas and they using it to fuel and skyrocket, and like a rocket ship, their vehicle, which is the divine karmic and the divine masculine. Now they've run out of gas. Now they saying, now when they ran out of gas, is now this is by the quarantine. They're looking at each other and saying, okay, now what? Okay, well, the divine feminine then checked out and said, well, you ain't ciphering off of me no more, so I don't know where you going about to get this together. So y'all got to start looking at each other and start operating off your own gas. You have your own Amoco or Texaco or whatever that you got to do, or Shell or BP gas. Yeah, that's enough on me. You ain't getting it from DF gas company no more. So you all got to figure this out. So now it's then kind of slowed down like a merry-go-round. We're not doing it anymore. So now all that magical stuff that you were able to create this magical moments and manifest all this stuff. Now you're on your own. That's why it's very important. Also, they bring it to me. Thank you, powers that be. That's why you have to get out the picture, divine feminine. That's why you got separation. Because, see, they are ciphering. It took me a while to get to it, I admit it. But, you know, you'll see. They'll start saying, like, wait a second, we ain't going nowhere. Like, like, what happened? Okay, well, see, now the divine, not the divine masculine, ain't all the way divine yet. He's still in this situation here. He's still a little bit not knowing all of his powers. So now you operating, it's like, okay, I can only, like, when I zap into the divine feminine, I'm able to do this. This is on the 3D level. You always have your powers at all times. It's like Neo, like Matrix. Zap into you, and it's like, okay, now we don't have our power source anymore. So now it's like, I can't create. Okay, this is where it comes to the point for the divine masculine to start saying, okay, now I know I got the power. Like he said, I got the power. And now I've got to create on my own this magician, this magical moment in time for myself. So now that's when he start looking at his own self as resources. Because now again, when he looks at the divine karmic, he's saying, well, wait a second, you don't, I thought, let me plug it to you and see, and say, nah, that don't get it. That don't do it for me. You ever had to plug like that and say, it only do so much. Like I remember I was on Amtrak and we tried to put certain electronics in there, and it only powered for so much. It couldn't do full power on the Amtrak on there. And so that's the same thing. It can only do so much. So again, when you got this magician mode, so now he's not magical. He's not really in his pure mode to be able to manifest in this situation. So this is what it is, because now he's seeing that it's a big contradiction. She is not the power source anymore. The divine feminine is. Okay? That's the way of looking at it that way. Okay? So that's where he is. He explained it through that. He told me he wanted to know about what's happening in the 3D. Okay, so what's going on with you with the 3D? Clear situation with you in this, now in this quarantine, divine masculine. What's going on? That's too many cards. I like this. So the 3D, bam, bam, bam. Woo-wee, you got a lot, you got a lot, you got a lot. Okay, all right, so what's happening with you in this thing here? Okay, so he's in the Knight of Wands energy. These two is in reverse. Okay, in your 3D energies, I'm gonna kind of call it like a C. I think the Knight of Wands is like you really know that you got to make some action. He really feels in this DM, you feel like you really have this wanting of this freedom that you want with your divine feminine. Okay, and you know at this point that you got to make this separation between the sheaf. It's got wheat here. What things are good, what things are not. And you are moving into that. Now this is in reverse. Now I think it at some point here, which is things became right here. You got change here. That's why I want to know who is this for. Is that for that or where's the cards? Or do I want this one? Where'd you go? Like clarify this one. Who is this? I could tell by the energies. Okay, so it looks like to me when I see this one, that was in reverse. So this here is the Five of Swords. It was a lot of conflict, but looked like to me you was trying to like smooth it out, like maybe I can tempt look like to me, if you felt like you can temper, just kind of reveal or get the clothes off, make her vulnerable. I want to see some. I want to see something real quick for this. Excuse me for 1 second. Swords. You felt in this situation, this is what you had wanted. But at the same time, they're saying this is like the judgment. You really wanted to kind of peel things, but I kind of still, I get a fork in the road. This has got so many layers. Like, part of this is like you still playing games with this divine karmic in the situation. Things got or the hostilities card came out here. And you got this contract, this karmic contract that you know that's going to lead you again to abundance. Both of you all coming out to that of understanding. But the truth is over the other side. I still get this. It's like you still was still playing games. You weren't really highly all the way into it. Like you're supposed to, because this truth is on a slant, and this is not really standing really firm in your truth and your resolve. So to me, you were still lying to yourself, because you probably would still have you had some hostilities here, and some things, but you know that you had to have fighting mode. Like, you are upset. This is what I'm picking up. Like, you saying, I'm upset that I'm in this thing. I'm mad at myself, but I'm still moving even in this energies here. Because you know, again, that you had this karmic contract, or this binding contract that say, okay, you in this marriage, or you in this house, or you in this business, or whatever it was binding. And you know that this is going to lead up here to your abundance as well. Right here, however, here, this is that came in reverse. This is a power struggle. This is the Ace of Swords. Really, in your thinking, you like, I feel like I'm trapped. And in your emotions, it's like, you got to do something. To me, when I look at it, it looks like she's trying to unfree. Your emotions was trying to unfree you from where it is. And you're like, what, we got to start cutting some cords here in this energy, in this quarantine. You know that you've tired of being being a pincushion as well, and you felt like really in this energies right here that you felt like, what, actually, if I do what I feel like I want to do in order to free myself in my thinking, I'm going to end up really going to have to stab somebody in the back. Okay, let me clarify that and see about this energy here. Right, because you, in your emotions, you want to get the garden in the gate. The garden and gate, to me, is really taking introspection in your spirit, trying to open up the gate, try to free yourself to go into other territories of yourself. Look like it's really bright out there. However, you're struggling. You struggling because now you're moving into your emotions into a thing of being appreciation for being in this situation right now. Because you know that right next also is that you have possibilities, like new opportunities are being presented, like right around the corner. You can feel it. However, you feel at the same time in this that it's going to be a deceit. It's like I'm lying. Why do you feel like you're lying? No. I want to see this. Why do you feel that you're lying? No. What's the deceit? I guess I'm picking up and I'm channeling in, and he's saying that the deceit was he thought that you know, I had made this vow, and now this vow, this promise that I was going to make good on by either in this contract, and now it feels like I'm just lying. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me on that one if it's not working out for you. You know, but I know in dealing with my own DM, sometimes their logic about things is way different than the way we think. Divine feminine. So he's like, it's to me now I'm lying because now I want out of this, and so now it feels like I'm lying, and so it's like I'm stabbing her in the back about this, right? It says right here, the death that it's got to end, bad health, that really the relationship is really in bad health, it's in bad conditions right now. And it's a lover, it's about this love thing, because when I look at it, it looks like things are drying up. You know, I see the peace there trying to hold things down, but in this case, when I look at it, I look at this love as in a negative connotation. It's like, yeah, the love that we have, but it's not growing, it's not developing, it's not going anywhere else with that. And then we move into the energies of Four of Pentacles. When I look at this, I see a fan here. This reminds me of the false person fanning the flame. So to me, this will be the divine karmic. He feels like in some ways he's just kind of submitting to her every need. It's like he's serving. It's a better word. I can't come up with it. It's like he's not committing. It's a better word. My words are failing me. I don't know why that is, but it's like he's like, I'm really, you know, I'm just like a slave to whatever she wants right now at this point, because he's bound down to her, and she's just like, yes, okay, whatever, and she's just there, which reminds me of the other day with the Emperor card that we had there, where she said, I'm just really just kind of in chill mode right now, and that's what it looks like to be. But she's got that fan, which to me, again, you can fan the flames, make things more heated, like arguments, emotionally, get him all riled up. And she's got it to the side. That fan it has a twofold to it, as far as how that could be played by the divine karmic there, because I see flames in the background. So the Four of Pentacles, and this is as far as, okay, when I think pentacles, I think about money. So maybe she might be still manipulating him in a certain way of holding in the money. It's like, okay, I'm gonna keep it kind of going. This is the 3D. This is all in the 3D. We ain't talking about the divine karma in her 50s self, but in the 3D, this is what she's still showing. So to me, she's still manipulative. Still kind of, she has it. It's like, I got a loaded gun. I can use it on any time, but I don't choose to use it right now. But I know that I do have access, that I can use this over you. Okay, and so that's kind of manipulated. So this is how he feels right now in the situation. This is where he is. Okay. All right. What's the heart of the, what's the thing? What is the darkness, the shadow that you don't want clear anybody to know about what's going on? Okay, that you've been questioning yourself, is this you? This to me, like you're graveling. You at a low right now. You're doing a lot of things that you've been very submissive, Mary. And I know that even dealing with my own DM. I could tell his demeanor is kind of like swapped to the sharp edges. You know, it's kind of getting rounded off, you know, by whatever it is. So whatever the kind of punching, and she like meat tenderizing him and just pound, and whatever she's doing with that is causing him to really kind of be in that kind of like meek, kind of, I won't say weak, meek, because the strength is still there. So again, he's like, I don't even recognize, you know, because a lot of times, again, I know I have the warrior within me. But at the same time, it's just like I think sometimes I become this monster, or I'm either becoming somebody that I don't recognize. Bride in a cage, again, whatever he's committed to, he feels trapped. He can't really see his way out because you got these infrared sensors, so any kind of thing that he does, since it's often it triggers back to the divine karma. You got to remember that she's in divineness. She has that extra sensory just like we do, so she could kind of know. So right now he just feels trapped, like in this commitment or in this relationship with them. He done tried on different personas, different identities is represented by the clothes here. But at the same time, they got a picture of Goofy in there. He's like, I just feel like a big fool in this. And so he's like, I'm dead right here. I'm committed, but I'm dead. So he's just going through the motions here. And he feels again right here that understanding that this person, this divine karmic, is like the queen of his world, which is very, it can be like an evil witch, very evil, because you see how she is. It's like, like I tell you what to do. I tell you what to do, when to do it, how to do it. This is her. And she just read, like rage. I know it's a card here for the divine feminine. It said of rage, or is it this one, the divinity card, like queen of rage. It has a whole bunch of lions around it, and getting courage and ego, coming from that ego tripping there. So to me, that's what it is. She's just like just of rage. She's just of anger right now, and this is what he's seeing. He don't want nobody to know that's what's going on with her, but that's what she is. And her crown chakra is just very overactive at this point. So what's the heart of the matter? Clear. Okay. So the heart of the matter right now, what he's dealing with is forgiving and learning, unrequited love, and that came in reverse, which means that he's really understanding that that's very strong emphasis on that. He's moving into that energy, so understanding that. And past life relationships. Okay, so right now with this divine masculine, what he's doing is in this quarantine with this divine karmic. This time is helping him to understand, to have understanding of forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moment. So as he's healing, he's observing, he's moving into the energies beforehand. I'm picking up from him. He was a person, it's everybody else's problem. Everybody, my mom got a problem. The karma got a problem. The divine feminine got a problem. People on the job got a problem. My sister and brother, everybody got a problem. Now, I don't have a problem. I'm straight. Everybody crazy. He's now moving into the energies of understanding, and he's observed some things. He's observed some things because he's getting a little bit more wise. He's getting more clever about life, in the game of life. He's understanding how to bring the heaven and earth together. So he's looking at what's happening in the 5th, where it said understanding about your wealth, but more so a part of the card that I said about understanding, taking a deep dive into one's emotions. He's coming that Pontus Greek god. So understanding that. So in him observing, he wants to have a new beginning. He's looking at how he's looking at things, the illusions. That's how he's now being able to see her say, wait a second, you got some flaws. Something ain't right about you. And so he's able, by him moving into that, he's got this really understanding that he's moving into that energy. And now that's now helping him to rely on his intuition and his awareness, which is going to help him to deep dive into his emotions. He also understands now that this relationship is unrequited love. He's been doing a lot of bow down. She's been doing a lot of Beyonce, bow down bitches to him, which has caused him to do a lot of bowing as well. A lot of kissing behind and kissing the hand. And, he's all right, I'm sorry. And a lot of apologizing and moving on eggshells around her and just making sure that she's all right now. And he knows it's unrequited love because now he's moving into the energies of he's looking for a loyal heart. He's always looked at seeing her that she is not tried and she's not the perfect fit. Let's put it that way. She's not the fit for him. And she has loyalty, but right now she's acting like she's got loyalties to self. It's not to allegiance to the relationship of making it better, of making it grow, according to him. And it's just like right now, his focus is going back to the person who has a loyal heart to him. And now he's thinking, oh, who had the loyal heart in the beginning? The divine feminine. And so now he wants to have that where he turns in both, that true focus of both of them together so they can have this new start in opening up his heart. He also knows that this past life relationship, you have known each other before. He is now, whether you believe or not, that again, that with these karmic relationships, that again, that's because it is past life ties to it. In another past life, they had the same dance. Again, how do I know this? Because it says he's moving in energies of understanding. Oh my God, this is a never-ending story. This has happened before. This energy is over and over again. If you don't believe in past life, let's even fast forward that this person, whoever this is a person that he has had in his life for a while. I say like Maya Angelou, we've known each other in and out, in and out, in and out of time. They have been maybe in and out on this relationship. Maybe they had been together and then they broke up and then together and ended somebody. They couldn't always stay on the finger of the course and keep on going here. They know each other. This is also past life. That's another reason why some of these karmic divine karmics come in to step in, is because they know the dynamic of it before from past life experiences. And this is why contractual between the higher selves, they go ahead and they say, okay, let's do this. I already know my part, you know your part, I know what I'm doing here. Now hopefully this time we get it right and we get it over with and we won't be seeing each other no more. This is what they saying. We didn't get it right the last time, y'all. No, we didn't. Okay. So now this time let's get it right, get it tight, and let's get over. Get the blessing, get the lesson, and get the heck out of Dodge. Okay. This is what this is for. Okay. So this is the heart of matter. He's starting it now. Intuitively taking a deep dive in his emotions. Hey, wait a second, this feels like this is a broken record. We've been down this street or this road before. Okay, this is what he's saying here. Okay, do you want me to look at this? I like to know exactly in the 3D what caused you right now to get into this. I see all this extra nice stuff, but I want to see how is this playing out in the 3D. Bam, bam. And bam. Can I get 5 cards? I feel 5 cards. Thank you. Can I have one more card, please? Stop, stop, stop. One card, please. One card, please, for the finish. No, I don't feel it. I feel like I just chose it, but I don't think that's it. Oh, that's right. The other card is out there. Okay, I take it. I should have took them. He's like, you should have took it. Yeah, I should have. You're right. I told you. Didn't I tell you this card was going to come out? Fanning the flames. False person. Okay, so now what causing this claim at this thing is unexpected income. He's got spirit has dropped this golden nugget. This gold nugget came in the form of either knowing something, some knowledge, maybe even in the material world, got a little leg up, maybe got a new job, maybe got a little something of advancement or moved up in the world, an opportunity on the job, something else. But divine spirit, they know who it is, know what it is. They dropped it in his hand. And it was like, oh, okay, this is unexpected. Whatever it is, it was something that gave them a leg up on things, okay? Which caused him at this point to start saying, wait a second, wait a second, some things opening up. That goes back to, again, where's my card? What happened in the 50? What I tell you, what happened in the 50 drops down into the 3D. It takes a while for it to get there, okay? But it's dropping. So this right here, this wealth, whatever it is, it could be knowledge, it could be material things, dropped into the divine masculine's hand, okay? And he's made him start thinking about the divine feminine, start getting creative. I told you that sacral, he's been having a lot of movement in that sacral, creative ways to kind of get out of. Maybe that's a lot of times why the divine feminines, you all say, ooh, I feel my sacral like energy, like sexual energy, like sexual healing. Like I wanted this, like, I got to get me some. I got to do something, kind of release this. And that's why Jupiter 11:11 tells you, okay, don't go do that, but at least go and create something with that, okay? And that's why some of you all might be in creative mode, on that, because he's sending that over there to you. So he's thinking, he's creative. His thoughts turn to you and thinking creatively, daydreaming, thinking about how he can get out of his situation. You know, now creative, how I can apply that even to the job to have the advancement on there. Feel a nice cool breeze. Because again, what's happening now is this karmic has been fanning the flames. It's like, okay, wait a second. You know, you're using this, and now you just overplaying it. You know, when some people have to kind of manipulate, got the upper hand on you, but then it's like, okay, wait a second. Now you overplaying it now. Now, you know, most of the time you see in movies, they do that some kind of way. That other person, the underdog or the antagonist, which that be the protagonist, it flips roles, okay? And they become the person that get the upper hand, because why? You did too much. After a while, to me, I think when I watch movies like that, source jumps in and say, okay, you know what, now we gave you power to kind of change the situation. You came in to help, we appreciate that, but now you're overdoing it. Like the kids say, you're doing too much. We didn't give you authority to do that extra stuff that you're doing there. Now you're going in straight ego, and so now we got to step in. See, because you doing too much right now. So this is what it is. We're fanning in flames. He's seeing it. It falls. She becoming now ugly now. It's like, okay, like, damn, you yank my chain every time. I got to be home in a certain time. Okay, I get that. You know, this and that. And now it's over. Like, okay, you was here in the house at 7:01. Now, you know you supposed to be here at 7 o'clock on the dot. Now, what's going on? It's like, wait, hold up now. Wait a second. 1 minute over, and then you acting and going off of that, and you having arguments off of this, and you withholding because of that? Oh, no. So, you know, again, powers that be has been really looking and recording that. Say, mark that down, Ralphie. Ralphie, I'll change it. Mark that down, Michael. Mark that down. Now they doing too much. Now I'm gonna have to go ahead and override, and then let you go ahead and step in, cause now you're doing too much. Now you're doing too much. I told you what to do, and you off the script. Okay, so that's what's going on, which is causing the divine masculine to be masking his emotions. That's why he say, I don't know who I am right now. So now you got this great fortune. He's moving into that. They're showing me like now it's like he's taking the mask and he's kind of like looking underneath the mask and peeling. It's like, wait a second, you know, like you play a game and you playing hide and go seek, and all of a sudden you like, wait a second, I don't feel like nobody up in here. Look like you got this mask on me and ain't nobody up in here. So now he's like, wait a second, something ain't right. He's pulling it, which is causing him next to go into this great fortune. Great fortune again is spirit stepping in and saying, that's enough. He's got the lesson. Now you're overdoing it. That's one way of doing it. Great fortune is now with that, he's got his eyes on the prize now because of what's going on here. Okay. Although he still feels like he's in despair. It's like, okay, now I know I got to leave, but now, okay, now where's it to go? Some of them don't think that the divine feminine is going to accept them when they come out the situation. Some of the despair is like, okay, now if I leave this marriage here, like I seen somebody's program, they was talking about that, about the how. Oh, I was watching last night. Who's that comedian? Lord have mercy. I was watching him, and he was talking about, you know, most time when women go to divorce, he said, you know, they be talking about it. It's like, what you get, girl, out of this situation? I got me a house, and she be stepping away. And his name is Griffin, Eddie Griffin. And so then when they say, well, they like, man, what you get out of the divorce? He like, nothing. It's not funny. I'm sorry. Divine Masters watching here. But I'm just saying, you see the disparity. Okay, that's what he's saying, the difference between them. And so like they say, when they walk out, he's like, you know, if I do this, I'm gonna walk out here with nothing. All I'm gonna have is the dog, which is my loyalty and my friendliness, and that's basic it. And that's a lot to kind of stand on, because again, that goes back to this about being loyal. So, but he knows he's got to do this because expectations. Again, the divine feminine has been sitting patiently waiting. She's just been looking out the window, dreaming dreams, doing mission, keeping her eyes, doing that introspection of the window of her soul, sitting there very patiently. Patiently means understanding that she's still doing what she's doing, but she's allowing source and spirit to go on ahead and handle it. That's like spirit just said, then called in Ralphie, and Michael, Ralphie, and Uriel, and Gabriel. Come on, Gabe, we got to come in here. We got to clean this up. This ain't gonna work. Like, think about Pulp Fiction, and they about to clean up man. We gotta clean it up because she's doing too much. She didn't went over. Plus double two, like I said the other day in my other one, it's going on too long. Okay, so right now, really between this isolation period where we quarantine, it should be a wrap up. And if it's not a wrap up, it should be really a ramping up of the energies that's really said to help them know it's time to go. So, really, angels, they do have other sides. So the other things is that they could go in there and say, okay, we got to start making this a little hard for you because you ain't getting it. And so now you find the reversal roles of the angels as well too. They got both sides of it. And so they have a way source could say, okay, turn it on now, go ahead and do X, Y, and Z now. Because they ain't getting it. So you got my permission to go ahead and start doing that from that position. Okay. That's another way of doing it. I don't know. I might have triggered like, what? Ralphie got a bad side? Yeah, Ralphie got a bad side. He's like, I know how to kind of use them for what I need. Source does know how to do them. Like, yeah. They got another side. You know that. Everybody got a in the shadow. Okay, so he'll flip it on, tell them to use that function for that. The next thing is concern. So it moves him into understanding that he's concerned about some things, because now to me he looks like he's worried. He understands death is on the table, but at the same time he wants to have serenity and peace about it. He's got right now, he's kind of a little depressed about that understanding, but he understands that within it there's enlightenment because there's light all around him. And again, the spirits are bringing this message to him that it's time. Concern means like also they're bringing them a signal and let them know it's time. It's time for you to kind of get actively moving in your emotions. Before, again, like I said, he wasn't conscious, and this is bringing back to that energies of understanding that he's got to be conscious with this. I'm sorry, this is going to be a little long with this one because there's a lot of unraveling here. I already handled you. Okay, what do you want to say, divine masculine? Just take a pause. What do you want to say to the divine feminine? Clear in this, because I feel like you say I want to say something to her. Stop. Woohoo! I got butterfingers today. Okay, I was probably picking up the nervousness about from the divine masculine. It's like, this is, you just don't know the stress I've been under. Help us, Jesus, you just don't know. It's like, I'm just so nervous. I feel that. I feel like he's really anxious. You just don't know. Just anxious and nervous about what she does. Is like, and this jumping, that kind of stuff. When you like that, that's abusive. That's mentally abusive. And, again, you got to remember that everybody's God's child, whether you believe in God or not, but everybody's source. Source looks after. It's not going to tolerate you to get to that point that you're doing like this. And he's going to lose one for the team because she's overplaying her part. So it says, I'm thinking about you right now. This is what the Divine Master is saying to you, Divine Feminine. I won't give up on you, so don't give up on me, please. And when I first met you, I honestly didn't know you were going to be this important to me. And you could tell from the cards about like now how he's really showing a different side of himself. Okay. Clear. I want to see. Can you give me an eye? These are also like his thoughts. These are mine too. He says, forgive me. Says, I'm tired. I know you are. I almost feel like crying for him because he's going through stuff. And she's overdoing things with him. I feel for you. Especially in this situation, I feel. I do. It's like you just don't know the precious I am. I don't like this. I don't like somebody has control over me like this. And I don't like that can't get myself out of this. In some ways, I feel as if he's like, I'm not going to cry. I know. He's bringing it to me. So I'm not going to cry and you're not going to cry. And it's, but I love you. So, you know, I'll do that. But I got myself in this situation. In some ways, I feel like I've got to take atonement for it. But I'm moving into the energies to understand that, yeah, I did. But that's not where don't nobody deserve to be in this place like this. This state of mind, this state of emotions like this. And somebody has power over them like that. It's like, it's just really emotionally, he said emotional blackmail. And I'm trying to make happy, and I'm trying to make things work, and I'm trying to get out the situation, and I'm trying to be happy at work, and I'm trying all these different things and trying to satisfy it, and you don't know how many people rely on me. Family, outsiders, they think a certain way of me, and they think that I am all that in a bag of chips. He said the pressure is heavy. He wish he could just get rid of it just like that, but he knows he's got to unravel some things, and he's got to be kind of creative to get out of it. And he's kind of stepped away. He's like, it's getting a little too heavy for me, so that's about it right there. I was like, okay. That sound like him. He said he's stepping out. So right now he's working on stepping out of the situation, because he just, if nothing else, he said, if you walk away with this, I don't like nobody got like, he like literally, she's got her foot on my neck. I don't like that. I know what I did, but it don't deserve that. And she's just overdoing it. She's just overplaying her hand. She's overplaying her hand. And it's getting to the point to, it's kind of like wicked with it. You know, she's overpaying it. I heard some of them say, jump in and say, and some of them say it's not wicked with it. It's just like really playing that violin, that sappy song. He say somebody else stepped in, another divine master say it's not about that. It's, they say some of them just overplaying, just the manipulator of your emotions, your heart. And it's like, oh, I felt like somebody touched my hand. And it's just like just manipulating that away. Just the mind games. And some of them say, I guess now I see how you all feel a little bit, because some of us did play those mind games. And I'll say yes, you did. You did play that mind games sometimes, you know. Promises not kept, promises broken. On the divine feminine, I can speak on their end. A lot of ghosting. A lot of saying I'm going to call you, you don't. A lot of already knowing that you had somebody else. Still keeping going on, keeping it as a secret. That's a lot of mind games. Still asking for the give up your heart again. When you're like, that's it, I'm closing it off as the divine feminine. But you find some kind of way to say, okay, but I love you, but you're like, oh my God, he ain't never said that before. And then you find yourself opening up your heart again. A lot of manipulation. So some of this, yes, is karmic. Some of it, yes, coming back to you so you can be able to, let's look at it from this point, so you can be able to really see the divine feminine's standpoint, her perspective, her point of view. Another thing, I'm talking to you, divine masters, for you to understand that this is something that you should not want to repeat again, because you should be able to remember anytime you feel yourself going into that mode, you should remember, oh my God, how I was with the divine karmic. I didn't like that. Am I doing this to her? It sounded like Urkel. Did I do that? And if you find yourself asking that, say, oh no, I don't like the reaction. I didn't like the way it was when I did it. Okay? And you're saying, to the divine feminine. I'm on my way. That right there is a good end right there. So let me see right now. So what things are going to have to change? Talk to me, clear. I'm trying to move as fast as possible because I'm trying to keep this underneath the hour. So what, divine masculine? What's going to have to change? I like these. These speak to me right here. Your body changes. Okay, so your body changes. So to me, you know, you got several bodies. You got the emotional, spiritual, psychological, all those different kind of bodies that you have. And so that's a confirmation on that. Is that you call them? Oh, that's my sister. I thought so she don't want to answer. Okay, so you're going to have to cause these changes in the body. So give me a couple of minutes, guys. I'm trying to wait for that to clear out. The body changes. Again, sacral, how you're going to be creative, how you're going to be able to relate to others about your body. Some of them I'm picking up with you all. You got a wrong, well, this looks orange here, but it looks yellow here. So standing in your power. Physically, because to me, when I think body changes, that means like physical, like where you are physically, it's got to be some changes about that, like your mind, you know, those things. Emotionally, the emotional body's got to change. They've already told you that in the 5th D. Okay, memories, memories. That's right, your memories, how you looking at things in the past, how you applying that about what things you had did. That's got to change to the divine feminine. What you done to the divine karmic, that has got to change. Again, they keep on saying about you standing in your power, your sacral, how you being able to relate to others, and you'll make this creativity, how you make things to manifest. You've got to change that, and you got to change as far as how you doing that based upon what you did in the past. Volunteer. What I pick up from this, volunteers, means you got to eliminate elimination. You got to eliminate some things. But what things you got to eliminate is, I wouldn't be surprised, I'm picking up the thing to be right. But you got to eliminate, you got to volunteer. What I'm picking up for this is that you got to volunteer yourself. You got to put a lamb to the slaughter. You got to go ahead and do it. I think about that Bible verse in there where Isaac is getting ready to slay his, if I got the right character, his son. And he's like, you know, the son was like the most precious thing that he had to do, to give. He's like, well, for you, God, I'm going to give it to you. But, you know, this is damn hard. Yes, I'm reading for the book of the Bible according to the version of Divine Sunshine. He's like, this is really hurting my freaking heart doing this, God, but I'll do it for you. So he goes ahead and he does that. As he's doing that, he's making that sacrifice, and he getting ready to do that. They called his name, because then Isaac stopped, and then a ram in the bush came, heard some rustling, and he was like, what the heck, what is that? And they go to ram. He's like, that's it. All I wanted to know was your loyalty, how much you loved me. Okay, you did love me, and where was your faith, rather, more than that? Because I can see some of y'all see, that's why I don't like religion, because see, you talking about God that be doing all that bad things and whatever like that. So let me reverse it. He wanted to know where was his faith. This is a test of your faith and your relationship of strengthening with source as well. So you going ahead again and you volunteer. This is what I'm picking up, volunteer, and say, okay, you know what, this ain't working. Whatever she's got to do, you got to do like Eddie Griffin in the thing, say I went to court, and again, what she ended up with, I sacrificed the house. It's hard as hell. Yeah, I ended up paying alimony, and I'm paying for the house. It's worth it. Why? Because I got my freedom. I got my chance to be with my divine feminine. We'll work it out. If source or God has led me this far, then, and I know within my heart of hearts that God has sent me, then I know God, I almost want to cry about that. I know God will pull me through this. So this is where I am. So I've got to be the sacrificial lamb and sacrifice myself and say, forget it. You're going to have to do that, divine masters. You cannot go around it. You've got to give up something. God is telling you, if you do this, I got a ram in the bush that you don't even know about it. How about the ram in the bush is your divine feminine and a love that you have never ever had experienced before in your life. That's life changing, awe inspiring, awe struck for you, divine feminine, divine masculine. But you've got to let go. You can't begin something unless you end something, and you got to let it go. I'm sorry to give this to you as a message, but they're telling you you've got to let go. And that's the same thing with the divine feminines. You too, it's something that you holding on karmically, and you've got to let it go. I don't know how this is with this job. I don't know how it is with me living with this man that I think you in a karmic situation too. Both of y'all married. I don't know how it's going to end up. But you got to let it go. Ask for the angels, their good side, to help you to make moves and changes for you to allow this to happen. Okay? Sobriety. Sobriety means whatever that you are addicted to, you've got to stop. You got to let it go. Procrastination. Sobriety about this life that you have addicted to, this ego, me and this family, the Mrs. Jones or Mr. Jones family kind of setup that you have here. You gotta let it go. I know you hear this going through your head. You gotta let it go. Sobriety means you've got to stop. You gotta stop doing the same bad habitual thing over again. And you got to now be in the point of sobriety, which you are getting also. If you got to start waning yourself off of it, you got to start waning yourself off of that addiction. Take it one step at a time. Just like the AA meetings, they take it one step at a time. They do the prayer of serenity. God, give me the strength to know the difference between, where's it? It's on my phone. Make sure that I'm saying it. Say that every day. If you got a issue with that, say that every day. Where's my favorites? Hurry up and get to that. Thank you. Where's my thing? I know I see it. Here it is, the serenity prayer. God or source, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, wisdom to know the difference. Say that every day as you're doing that, divine masculine. Say that every day, divine feminine, as you're getting out of that situation. Same thing. Okay, this is what they're saying. What things do you have to surrender? I apologize for clear, but I want to make sure you have the overall, but you got to stay. This is worth it. What you got to surrender? Surrender frustration. I understand that frustration doesn't open any doors. The key to resolving a dilemma or dissolving a block is to take a breath, center yourself, and regroup so you may approach the situation more calmly. Next thing, surrender to the beauty of the natural world. Take a relaxing break and spend time in nature. Replenish yourself by feeling the beauty and the ecstasy there. Again, they're saying get outside if you can, especially I know with this quarantine time, it's kind of hard for you to do that. But also not just looking at environment itself, but look outside yourself and then do see what are some of the beautiful things that are occurring and happening to you. Okay, take it that way, do it that way, and just start thinking. I think CKathy D did it, and also April Williams did a activity where you just look at things and you just kind of get yourself present right where you are. Do some things like that. If you need help, Divine Masters is watching this as well. You can go ahead and contact them. I'll put it in the description once this loads up. Surrender to stubbornness. You can't be stubborn with this. If you're tensing up or taking a rigid stance about something, gently observe yourself and become more yielding. This will help you communicate more lovingly with others and yourself. Okay? So right now, it's telling you, Spirit is telling you that you got to volunteer. You got to serve yourself up. You got to be the sacrificial lamb. The stomach is growling. I'm hungry, so I won't be long. Okay, clear. Things that you got to work as far as your divinity, the divine masculine. I'm talking to you, and then cross watchers. This is what he's got to work on. Is God of wisdom. You got to look at some things again historically. You got to look at your past to help you understand what's going on in the present. Goddess of power, you got Lilith. Again, learning how to take the ugly parts of you, those karmic parts of you, and be able to be vulnerable still in it, but gain wisdom from the situation and from the lesson. That's what Lilith means to me, because again, true power is being powerful even in adversity, even in challenges. That's a real sign of power. Okay, God of obstruction. You gotta stop and block some things. Okay, you gotta block things. You are the one who's the master of what things will happen. You say when, you say what, you say who can come through. And so you got to be able to, again, learn how to take those obstructions that happen and learn how to be a masters of them. Okay, don't let it stop your hustle and flow. It goes two ways. You got to learn how to deal with the obstructions that happen, and you got to learn how to create the obstructions as well. Okay, that means stopping. What energies are you flowing into next? Clear. Divine masculine. What's the energies that you're flowing into next? We asked the same question to her. So what is the energies that you're flowing into next? The Two of Wands. So your understanding to me is like a real stability of becoming balanced and harmony within yourself, of understanding that there's actions that's got to be taken in your emotions and in your thinking. You want to be very worldly. So that to me is like really getting an understanding of a good grasp of everything, the totality of where you are as far as your location in this situation. Okay, so you're going to take a real introspective look into the window of your soul right now. Just really looking. That's getting back to what they said in the 50. You being there deep diving, you're going to get a map out and really map out things as far as this situation, as far as you see how you're going to do this, because you already see that you got to volunteer yourself. You got to sacrifice. How you going to be able to do that? How you going to be able to kind of map out and get your divine feminine on board with this as well. But we taking everything, what we say, like sobriety, a step at a time, baby stepping, and just taking it one step. Understanding that you are abundance, understanding that you are truly a magician. You're just not a magician with that person, the divine karmic, with you, but you do have the power of magicians there. It just becomes more intensive and more powerful with the divine feminine with you. Okay, but you already had the power within, period. You could even stand alone by yourself, but she helps to intensify that. So I'm not saying you can't do it at all, but it's like you just still have it. It's just like it's always power in numbers. Just think of it like that. Okay, orange, stay in your sacral. Your sacral is, to me, I see here, is a really thing that's going to push you, empower you through into the next thing. So again, that sacral is very highly important for you, because it helps you to how you relate to others. It helps you to manifest, and it helps you to also manifest and relate to others and be creative in how you can be able to manifest. Okay, let's look at your last part in words, because you say I want it short because it's already long. Clear. What is the thing that you want to say? Oh Lord, I did it down. Excuse me. All right. What do you want to say to the divine feminine? Your words here that's in this with you. Say love endures. Love does not give up or lose faith. Love is hopeful and withstands every situation. So they say stay on in there with them. And they say do something for someone else. Give your attention to someone else. So right now it's like don't keep on thinking about him. Go on ahead and do your mission work, do your purpose, concentrate on yourself, work on your family, people who are right there in the household. And he said, and this trust that source and myself and the angels and the powers that be, which will be your spiritual guidance team, are working it out for you. Okay, All right, that is it. He said, yeah, that's about it because you've been kind of long-winded. I know, but I had to get all the stuff in. So again, please, we will be the playground experience. We'll be doing a uh, our thing today, a recording about a union with self, since he said about concentrating on himself. Make sure you watch that video. And this Friday we will have the playground experience as well. We will be having a we call sandbox moment, which is we're taking Q&As and we're just playing and talking about things that are currently going on in the energies in the twin flame journey. So that's be, so just make sure you come on and we'll just have playtime in the sandbox on Friday. All right, until next time, stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascending. Namaste, namago. Love you, and I love you. I said extra love, extra white light and healing and pink, the pinkest of pink light to you, divine masculines, at this moment. Those ones that, if that resonated with you and you said, I'm just hurting and about the situation, that I felt you right now on the behalf of all the divine feminines that know that you're in there. We're sending that light to you as well. Okay? All right. Thank you. The most golden light, the most pinkest of light, and the most white of light. We're singing that to you. And then we also sing you green healing light in case if anything emotionally or bodily or physically is out of alignment at this time. So I just say at this time we send that to you with the purest of intentions, of not of manipulation. All right, as always, stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascending. Namaste, namago. Love you.